Hey there, I'm Ray Dowbenko, independent crop consultant, agronomist, and I work in the area of soil fertility and crop nutrition. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of sulfur in canola production. I think if we're a canola producer, we're well understanding that canola has a high sulfur requirement, and we have to manage around that sulfur requirement. Part of the reason is that sulfur is important in cysteine and methionine, two amino acids that link up to form proteins. If you don't have sulfur, you don't make effective use of your nitrogen. Also recognize that canola is a high nitrogen requiring crop, so if you're putting on a large amount of nitrogen for your canola and you're not adding a balanced or adequate amount of sulfur, you're not getting the full benefit, either the nitrogen or the sulfur. So aside from the amino acids and the protein side, we look at sulfur in formation of enzyme processes, vitamins in the plant, nodule formation in things like soybeans, but more importantly for canola, we look at chlorophyll formation. It's an integral part of forming chlorophyll, which gives the plant that nice green color and allows it to go through the photosynthetic process. If we look at the requirements during the growth staging of, if you will, of canola, we recognize that canola requires sulfur season long. Primarily, we're going to see a lot of uptake prior to the flower bud stage, but even after that, there's still sulfur required for pod set, for grain fill. So sulfur is required season long, and if we're talking about in-season applications, you certainly have to be aware of the growth stage of the crop to maximize the value. So if you're using a product like an elemental sulfur that is season-long availability, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. And as far as the demand for sulfur, if we think about it at a per bushel basis, 1 bushel of canola grain takes up between 0.5 and 0.7 pounds of sulfur. So you can get a rough rule of thumb for your own production if you're producing 50 or 70 bushel canola, how much sulfur is being removed, and also be aware that the majority of that sulfur that's taken up is removed in the grain, roughly 55 to 60%. So you're not really leaving very much in the residue of a canola crop. You're removing most of that sulfur in the grain. So if you stay tuned or subscribe to future videos, we're going to talk more in detail and depth about the oxidation of elemental sulfur, how you start an elemental sulfur program, and how you continue to build an elemental sulfur program over time. Plus we'll talk on some economic and operational benefits too.